This past week has seen price moves being made in older cards. Could this be a sign of the big players moving out of more modern cards and going into something with less supply? Older cards have had time to get played with and damaged in a way that modern cards have not. This limits the supply of near-mint copies available. Do you collect older cards yourself? Make sure to stay for my crazy market prediction at the end. Dragonite is another iconic Pokémon, both in the anime and the Pokémon game. In the anime, the mysterious Dragonite standing by the lighthouse in the dark. In the game, Dragonite is a hard-to-fight Pokémon in the Pokémon League. The fossil card has been increasing ever since March, briefly staying at around $120 before making new all-time highs with a current price of $175. But this isn't the only card from the fossil set that has made serious price increases recently. Subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with the latest in the Pokémon trading card game market and stay ahead of other collectors. Gengar is one of the top favorite Pokémon among fans, and its cards regularly command the highest prices in the trading card game market. I recently posted a video on the best Gengar cards for under $10. The Gengar from the fossil was trading for around $120 at the start of the year, and it has been steadily rising ever since. An old card, and combined with a fan-favorite Pokémon, is a recipe for price gains. But this isn't the only Gengar card that has gone up a lot in recent weeks. Another Gengar card that has had big price gains is Sabrina's Gengar from Gym Heroes. Near-mint copies of this card were trading for around $300 at the beginning of the year. They can now be bought for $400. This is a doubling of its price since the beginning of 2025, where it was being sold for $200. I recently made a list of the best Gengar cards under $10. I hope you are beginning to see a pattern here because another fan-favorite Pokémon, Charizard, has almost been making significant price rises recently. Gym Challenge released in 2000, and this Charizard card has always been a pricey collectible. Over the past couple of months, it made new highs of $500, and this week it has made new price moves reaching $520. It hasn't yet matched its all-time high price, but it is sure to do so. I recently made a video of the best Charizard cards under $1,000. Links to the video in the top right and in the description. Gyarados is one of my favorite Pokémon. In the game, I always enjoyed catching a Magikarp and evolving it into Gyarados as my water Pokémon on my team. The Dark Gyarados from the Team Rocket set has gone up from $130 to $150. One thing that is for sure is the older sets have a bright future ahead of them. The next card on the list is a great example of how promo cards can go up a lot. When it comes to Pokémon card investing, the closest thing you will get to a sure thing is to buy something that has a scarce supply. A scarce supply and an increase in demand beats a higher supply and a short-term hype cycle. This can be seen in the Alolan Meowth, which had its price increase from $6 to $16 in the space of a week. Near-mint copies of the card are now being listed for $50. The card on the list shows even more how a scarce supply can help a card increase in price. WotC Snorlax promo cards have scarcity built into them, and this Wizard of the Coast Pokémon card has many features that would cause it to spike up in price. The built-in scarcity, the age of the card, and the fact that Snorlax is quite a popular Pokémon. Combine this with rather unique art and you have a recipe for a price rise. This card has gone up from $230 to $260 over the past week. The first edition Heracross from Neo Genesis increased this past week from $120 to $140. With old cards starting to make major moves, it is sending a clear signal that collectors are starting to make a flight for safety in the later stages of this Pokémon market cycle. New speculators are starting to realize that modern supply, despite what the store shelves are telling them, is huge and vintage scarcity is real. At the end of a Pokémon market bubble, you will see the price of Grail cards go crazy. Trophy cards will start to make headlines in the media, record auction sales happening, and first edition base cards spike violently.